Hey everyone, today I'm finally ready to reveal this massive secret I've been holding on to for months now, and I'm super excited to share the awesome news with everybody. But first, in order to get there, I need to borrow from the Fresh Prince himself, because this is, in fact, a story all about how my life got turned upside down. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If my Fresh Prince reference went over your head, no worries, it just means I'm getting old. Just a disclaimer, today's video isn't exactly typical compared to my usual content, as it's more about me sharing some updates with you guys in regard to the channel and also just life updates in general. So I'm gonna be a bit more candid with you all today. Now, I will be talking about some things related to coasters and theme parks per usual, but that isn't necessarily the primary focus today. So if you're looking to perhaps get to know me a bit more on a personal level while I loosely relate things to parks and coasters, then great, you're in the right place. Which, by the way, hey guys, I'm Mike, welcome to Trout Takes, just so you can put a face to the name of the channel in case you're new here. But I'm sure you don't want to look at just an empty room the whole time or even my face the whole time, so I figured B-roll park footage is going to be a little more exciting than that. But anyway, just so we're clear, I'm not here to waste anyone's time, so if you're looking for a heavy roller coaster centric type of video, then this one probably won't be for you. With that being said, why don't you grab a nice comfy seat for some story time. For starters, I have a bit of a confession, guys. So it turns out I sort of unintentionally lied to you all a few different times on some of my more recent videos, but it's not as shocking as it sounds. Let me explain. So in my two recent coaster countdown videos, which I'll leave links for in the description, I mentioned a few different big coaster trips that I had planned to take in August. Well, those trips actually never happened, nor will they until next year. Now, why is that? So the first week of August, I was on my way down to Kentucky for a quick 2-night trip to visit Kentucky Kingdom and Holiday World when I got into an accident on the freeway about an hour into the trip. Thankfully, nobody was injured and both cars were drivable. However, I'm currently not going to risk driving long distances until I can get my car into the shop, which they were pretty well booked out, so it still won't be until another 2 weeks where they can work on it, but at least the parts are already getting ordered. And I'm not supposed to drive my wife's car since it's a company vehicle, which rules that out completely. So not only was that Kentucky trip canceled, but I obviously had to cancel my big East Coast trip that I was originally supposed to be on just this past week. So all of those new coaster credits I said I'd be getting ended up getting postponed for now. Although who knows with El Toro, now I might not ever get the chance to ride it at this point, but I digress. But yeah, with the crash, I made a promise to my wife Jeannie that I wouldn't drive any long distances until everything is all fixed up. So that could potentially mean no Cedar Point, Kings Island, or basically any other road trip for the rest of the year, which is a massive gut check since I do have season-long Fastlane Plus at Cedar Fair Parks. But most importantly, I'm trying to keep her stress levels as low as possible these days, and she can't exactly travel too far right now either to take me anywhere, so apparently I need to find more coaster friends here around the Metro Detroit area who can drive me places. And more about my wife in just a minute. But the other thing I inadvertently lied about apparently was in my most recent Parks Update video, I mentioned that I wouldn't be able to go to Halloween Horror Nights this fall because I had something even more amazing to go to. To be fair, I abandoned all plans of going months ago, as I truly didn't think I'd be able to go for a few different reasons. But it just so happens I found out not even a week ago that my incredibly amazing mom had some Disney Vacation Club points to use up before the end of September, which she offered to me, so of course I gladly accepted, and essentially booked an impromptu 5-night Disney/Universal vacation during Labor Day week. And the good news is it doesn't involve any driving. The only downside is it'll be my second solo Florida trip this year since my wife won't be able to go, but at least the fact I'm not driving should keep her stress levels down. So yeah, a crazy turn of events. One huge trip gone, while another huge trip presents itself out of nowhere. Now, why did I initially abandon all HHN plans? And why all this talk about my wife's stress levels and her inability to travel far? And what is the big secret event that's more amazing than HHN? I'll give you guys a quick second to pause and feel free to guess in the comments what you think I'm about ready to say. You guys all good? Alright, so as some of you may have guessed by doing a great job reading between the lines, this year, on actual Halloween day, October 31st, 2022, Jeannie and I are expecting the birth of our first child. She's a little baby girl. We are absolutely over the moon and still can't believe it's finally happening. I'm so pumped to be a dad while also just being super scared at the same time. It's just so crazy to think about. It's funny, once we found out the due date, I thought to myself, that's pretty fitting and awesome if she's a Halloween baby. Maybe we'll make HHN a yearly birthday thing when she gets older. But yes, I hope you can all agree with me that the birth of my daughter is without a doubt the most amazing thing I'll ever have the chance to witness. So I'm sure you can understand why I hyped it up. And also why I didn't plan on going anywhere this fall. Maybe one day she'll be my little coaster buddy. That would just be the greatest thing ever. It was a little tough too, so we actually held off a while on finding out the gender until the middle of the summer. But on my April and May trips down to Florida, I really wanted to buy little baby onesies, but I couldn't find a ton of gender neutral ones I liked. But now that we know the gender, I might have to come back with a few cute outfits. We have our little Disney princess already. Already in dad mode. Anyway, GD gave me the thumbs up to go on this trip though, or else there's no way I'd be going. It's already bittersweet enough. She really wants to go, but obviously can't fly at this point getting into the third trimester, and she really shouldn't take long road trips either. But yeah, needless to say, we've been super busy getting everything ready for the baby, and we've essentially been remodeling and redecorating our whole house this summer. So that's been taking up a ton of my time as opposed to working on YouTube videos, as I'm sure you can imagine. Plus the whole car accident thing sort of held me back from going to any parks at all to get new material, but I do still have a couple Cedar Point videos I'm pulling together from earlier in the year that should be relevant even for the Halloween weekend season. And of course, be on the lookout for Halloween Horror Nights content along with some Disney content. Fingers crossed I get to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at EPCOT. That should be awesome, and it'll be my first time being there for their world famous Food and Wine Festival, believe it or not. Admittedly, I sort of soured on Disney this year, but I still deep down love Walt Disney World, so I can't say that I'm not just a bit excited. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm ecstatic to be back at the Disney parks again, and especially excited to stay on property. But don't worry, if you're not a big Disney fan, there will be plenty of other non-Disney videos, and if you are a Disney fan, then definitely keep an eye out in a few weeks. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you'd all like to see covered at either Disney or Universal, as my ultimate goal here is to help you all stay informed and entertained with things. So I'm always open to suggestions on what things you guys would all like to see from me. I mean, I'm just getting started with this whole community here, so the channel will always be a work in progress as it grows, and I truly hope you'll come along on the adventure. With that being said, guys, that will do it for today. Thank you so much for your time. If you enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up, and why not go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more theme park news, tips, tricks, and adventures. As always, I've been Mike with Trout Takes, and we'll see you all real soon.